Imagine if every time someone hurts you, your reaction hands them the psychological victory they crave. Stay with me, because Carl Jung's insights into the human psyche will transform how you navigate conflict forever. His discovery about the shadow, the hidden parts of ourselves we deny, reveals a truth that will shift your perspective on pain and resilience. Jung taught that what irritates us in others mirrors our own unacknowledged flaws. This is the key most miss when someone attacks you. They're not truly targeting you. They're projecting their inner turmoil, fears, insecurities, and shame onto you. Once you grasp this, you'll sidestep their traps and reclaim your emotional strength. According to Carl Jung, each of us carries a shadow, the repressed, darker aspects of our psyche we refuse to face. These are our deepest fears, unresolved wounds, and buried shame. When someone lashes out, they're projecting their shadow onto you, turning you into a canvas for their inner struggles. This insight changes how you see conflict. Jung revealed that projection is a powerful defense mechanism. Instead of confronting their own pain, people cast it onto others, making you the villain in their story to avoid facing their inner demons. This explains why certain individuals seem to single you out. They see their own flaws reflected in you. When someone wounds you, they're often reacting to a reflection of their own shadow in you. Their criticisms are their self-judgments. Their attacks, a projection of their inner conflict. Jung's archetype of the shadow shows us that we attack in others what we secretly despise in ourselves, offering a path to self-discovery through conflict. Jung explained that the unconscious mind blurs the line between self and other when it comes to repressed traits. The person attacking you is fighting their own inner demons, but they've externalized the battle by making you the enemy. Your response is critical. It can either trap you or set you free. When you react emotionally, defending, explaining, or resisting, you're not just protecting yourself. You're validating their projection, stepping into the role they've cast you in. Jung's concept of the persona, the mask we wear, warns that reacting from this false self fuels their drama and dims your inner strength. Jung uncovered a profound truth. Your emotional reaction is the reward they seek. When someone insults or belittles you, they're fishing for a response, casting a line into your emotional waters. Refuse to bite, and you disrupt their unconscious need to project their pain onto you. Most people take the bait every time, unaware they're being psychologically manipulated. Jung's theory of complexes, emotional patterns rooted in childhood, shows how attacks trigger old wounds. These moments aren't just about the present, they're echoes of past pain, pulling you into their drama. Attackers don't just provoke, they awaken your unconscious complexes. Old wounds masquerading as present pain. Jung said, until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you'll call it fate. Reacting from your wounded inner child, not your mature self, keeps you trapped in their cycle. Jung's insight reveals that those who attack you are often wrestling with their own shadows, not your worth. Secure, fulfilled people don't tear others down to feel better. Their hostility reflects their inner battles, not your flaws. Recognizing this frees you from their narrative and anchors you in self-knowledge. Jung taught that misery seeks company, but not for the reasons we assume. It's not just about dragging others down, it's about validating their inner story. When you react with anger or pain, you confirm their unconscious belief that the world is hostile, feeding their victimhood and trapping you in their cycle. Can you break this cycle entirely? Jung believed you could, with a simple yet profound technique. Instead of fighting back, withdraw your energy from their drama. By refusing to engage, you disrupt their projection and protect your inner peace. aligning with Jung's path toward individuation. Jung called this withdrawing the projection. When you stay silent, not out of weakness, but strength, you refuse to mirror their shadow. You force them to face their own pain. This act of non-reaction is a powerful step toward owning your psyche and breaking free from manipulation. Your silence becomes a mirror, reflecting their behavior back to them, without your reaction to distract them. They must confront their actions and motives. Jung's archetype of the self teaches that true power lies in this stillness, where you hold your ground without absorbing their chaos. Jung understood that projection only works if you carry their shadow. By refusing to take on their emotional burden, you return it to them through non-reaction. This shift either forces them to face their issues or seek another target, freeing you to focus on your own growth. Many mistake non-reaction for passivity, but Jung saw it as strength. True psychological resilience isn't about fighting every battle, it's about choosing which ones matter. By staying grounded, you embody Jung's individuation, separating your true self from the roles others project onto you. Jung said, "The privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are." This means seeing others' attacks without internalizing them, witnessing their pain without absorbing it. It's about holding your center, not playing the villain in their unconscious drama. Jung uncovered a fleeting moment that can transform your life, the pause before you react. In that space, you can choose respond from old wounds or from conscious wisdom. This moment, tied to Jung's concept of the transcendent function, is where you reclaim your psychological freedom. When someone triggers you, they're not just pushing buttons, they're activating old emotional patterns. Jung's complexes, rooted in your past. Pausing in that moment allows you to break free from unconscious scripts, choosing a response that reflects your true self, not your wounds. That fleeting moment before you react is where your power lies. Jung's transcendent function, a space where the conscious and unconscious meet. Here, you choose, respond from old wounds or from your mature self. This choice defines your path to individuation, freeing you from automatic reactions. Society teaches us to fight back, but Jung's wisdom flips this. The one who stays calm amid provocation holds true power, not by suppressing emotions, but by choosing how to express them. This is the strength of the individuated self, rooted in self-knowledge, not the persona's mask. Jung's process of individuation is about becoming whole, not perfect. It's separating your true self from the projections and expectations others cast upon you. By refusing to react to every insult, you live from authenticity, not defense, aligning with your inner archetype of the self. Individuation, Jung's ultimate goal, integrates all parts of you, including the shadow. It's not about erasing flaws, but embracing them to break free from unconscious patterns. This wholeness lets you stand firm, unshaken by others' attempts to pull you into their psychological drama. Jung's paradox transforms how you handle difficult people. What you resist persists. Fighting their negativity fuels it. Defending yourself validates their attack. By letting go of resistance, you starve their projections, stepping closer to the self-awareness that defines true resilience. When you explain yourself to an attacker, you unwittingly reinforce their accusations. Jung warned, this creates a trauma bond, a cycle where their hostility hooks your emotions. By disengaging, you break this unconscious tie, reclaiming your energy for your own growth. Your explanations feed their need for your emotional energy, time, and mental space. Jung's insight into trauma bonds shows how attackers become significant, not because you value them, but because they've hijacked your psyche. Recognizing this frees you from their control, Escaping this cycle requires psychological detachment, not cold indifference, but wise disengagement, rooted in understanding. Jung taught that their behavior reflects their inner world, not your worth. This shift in perspective empowers you to protect your peace and stay true to your path. When you see their actions as a mirror of their own struggles, everything changes. Jung's concept of the anima, divided by animus, the inner masculine or feminine, reveals how people project their unresolved emotions onto you. Their attacks expose their character, not yours, guiding you towards clarity. This is invaluable insight. Their behavior reveals their emotional maturity, not your value. Jung's idea of psychological objectivity lets you see their actions clearly, unclouded by your own reactions. This clarity strengthens your resolve to live authentically, free from their projections. Jung taught that the questions we ask shape our psychological reality. Instead of, "Why are they doing this to me?" ask, "What does their behavior reveal about their inner world?" This shift, rooted in Jung's archetype of the wise mentor, reframes conflict as a window into their shadow, not your worth. Instead of asking, "How can I make them understand?" Jung would urge you to ask, "What am I trying to prove by explaining myself?" This question uncovers your own unconscious need for validation, a key step in individuation, freeing you from seeking approval through the persona's mask. Jung said, "The most terrifying thing is to accept oneself completely. When you scramble to justify your worth to an attacker, you reveal a part of you that doubts your value. Embracing your shadow, your insecurities, builds a foundation of self-knowledge that no criticism can shake. You don't need anyone's permission to know your worth." Jung understood that others' opinions are like shifting weather, unreliable and beyond your control. Anchoring your value in their treatment is like building on sand. True strength lies in standing firm, rooted in your authentic self. When you refuse to be swayed by others' emotional storms, you become a mountain unshakable. Grounded in Jung's concept of self-awareness, their words are wind, their actions rain. But your inner foundation, built through individuation, remains steady, untouched by their projections. Jung distinguished emotional maturity from defensiveness. Many mistake reacting loudly for strength. But true confidence is quiet. It doesn't need to prove itself because it knows itself. This self-assurance, born from integrating the shadow, sets you apart in a world driven by unconscious reactions. True confidence, Jung taught, doesn't react because it isn't threatened. It sees attacks as reflections of the attacker's inner world, not your value. By embodying this, you step into individuation, living from your true self rather than the roles others impose on you. Jung said, "Your vision becomes clear when you look into your heart." Who looks outside dreams, who looks inside awakens. By seeking truth within, not validation from others, you become psychologically invincible, aligned with the archetype of the self, untouched by external judgments. When you don't react to attacks, you're not weak, you're wise. You're not passive, you're powerful. Jung's concept of the self teaches that by refusing to absorb others' pain, you embody strength, choosing peace over conflict and aligning with your journey toward wholeness. Jung saw psychological evolution as the next stage of human growth. It's not about winning battles, but maintaining consciousness amid others' unconscious attacks. This mastery, rooted in individuation, allows you to navigate life's challenges with clarity and resilience, free from manipulation. Jung's final insight redefines relationships. True maturity isn't about winning fights, but choosing which battles deserve your energy, your peace, rooted in self-awareness, is worth more than their approval. This is individuation prioritizing your inner clarity over their unconscious projections. When you stop reacting to every jab, your consciousness shifts profoundly. Jung's concept of the self empowers you to create your emotional reality, not play a role in someone else's drama. This is psychological freedom, living as the architect of your own experience, not a pawn in theirs. Jung said, "The meeting of two personalities is like the contact of two chemicals. If there's a reaction, both are transformed. You choose the transformation. Will you react from wounds or wisdom by choosing the latter? You embody the archetype of the wise self, unshaken by conflict. This is Jung's conscious living, making deliberate choices, not reacting from unconscious patterns. When someone hurts you, they're not just attacking, they're trying to control your emotions. Refuse to give them that power, and you reclaim your autonomy, grounded in self-knowledge. Your reaction is their victory. Your silence is your strength." Jung's insight reveals that by choosing peace, you protect your psychological freedom. You're not what they say you are. You're who you choose to be, defined by your conscious response, not their unconscious attacks. Jung taught that true freedom lies in choosing your response to any situation. No one can take this power unless you surrender it through unconscious reactions. By mastering this, you align with individuation, living from your authentic self, not the persona others expect. The ultimate privilege, Jung said, is becoming your true self, not someone who defends against every attack or seeks validation from critics. You know your worth. Guard your peace and choose your battles wisely, embodying the strength of a fully integrated psyche. This is the ultimate psychological skill, holding your ground amid others' unconscious chaos. Jung's insights into the shadow and individuation equip you to navigate difficult people with clarity, protecting your inner peace while growing into your authentic self. If Jung's revelations about the unconscious have opened your eyes to new ways of handling conflict, there's more to uncover. The hidden patterns of human behavior await exploration. Continue this journey of self-discovery. Your future self will thank you for the wisdom gained today.